Hi, I'm the PC Expert Amateur, and we're going to take a look at another EKWB fan, the EK Furious Meltemi 120. And I'm wondering if this bearing is just as low friction as the Noctua NFA 12x25, just like the Furious Vardar Evo that I just reviewed. And this also comes with the red cable to warn you that this is a dangerous fan. I mean, it literally says that on their website. Um, and it's also 38 millimeters deep. So you will not be able to use this in every possible position in your computer case. So if you're considering buying this to use, and they recommend using it for pulling air, which means pulling air through a radiator, pulling air through a CPU air cooler, or pulling air into a case as opposed to pushing air out of a case. Um, yeah, you can do all three because this one is even more powerful than the Furious Vardar Evo. Gosh, what can I say after that? I mean, man. Is this the most powerful fan? No, you've already seen the Delta that I reviewed, which is more powerful than this one. However, keep in mind that this is still a strong, really strong fan, and you don't want to get hurt. You know what I mean? But at least this one isn't gonna like literally start slicing off fingers like the Delta, which is insane. Anyways, I'm just fawning on over this fan and the Delta, and I shouldn't be. And it's embarrassing. So let's go ahead and do our little sound comparison, and then we'll check out and see if the bearing is bearably good. Oh no, dad jokes. Right. I could talk like this all the time, kind of like Dawid does tech, but maybe not so funny because I'm not very funny like him. I mean, sometimes I am really funny and I crack up people, but most of the time I'm not very funny. But I do admire his sense of humor, and I know he doesn't normally talk that way. He does that for his show, but I enjoy, nonetheless, I enjoy it. It's quite amusing. Okay. Let's listen to this monster. It does take a bit of voltage to get it started, and I'm trying to get it down to the lowest speed that it'll let me have, which is I think it's at 800. Okay, there's a very low hum to it. And it's loud, 60.9 decibels loud. So think about that too. Man, that is loud. Ow! Damn it. I could have lost some flesh there. Almost did. Alright, well, let's try not to hurt myself again. My finger from last week is barely healed. I don't know if I'm going to be able to hold these together. Well, I'm going to have to do it kind of like, there we go. I can hear the Noctua. Barely. Yeah, it doesn't compare. Oh no. Oh no. I think I drew too much power. So I'm going to just turn these off. It actually cut out on me. So I think between the Meltemi and the Noctua, even though I've got it connected to an independent power supply connected to the wall, it still couldn't handle that much because both of them just suddenly stopped spinning and then started up again. And I keep on. What the hell? Yeah. I thought it actually stopped the recording because it kept on, my Noctua kept on falling on my keyboard. All right, so what I'm going to do now is to connect this EK to the Zalman fan controller. Now, at this speed, it's still louder than the Noctua, but not a lot. I mean, I can still hear the Noctua, but it's louder. But these are the same RPMs. So I am very quickly going to turn them both off by unplugging them, which I don't like doing this way, but it's the only way I can think of without having an amazing fan controller, which I can't find. Oh, damn, that didn't work. Okay, well, there we go. Almost simultaneously. Remember, they started at the same speed. Oh, no. This bearing is not as good as the Furious Vardars. Well, that's interesting because this is supposed to be based on the Vardar. So the fact that this bearing isn't as good as the Vardar is a bit disappointing for me. I don't really know what to say other than that. I mean, it shouldn't. Well, still, it pushes a ton of air, and in the summertime, it keeps me cool. So yeah, but still, I'll tell you this. So as far as the level of friction, so far of the fans that I've reviewed here, the EK Vardar Evo BB is number 2 after the Noctua NFA 12x25, and the Furious Meltemi is number 3. Clearly, that is nothing to laugh at. Now, this fan supposedly comes with both mounting screws, and the regular ones, as well as radiator screws. However, I must have misplaced my radiator screws because, and my mounting screws, because I don't see either of them in my box, which is kind of sad. Anyways, don't worry, I'm not going to cry about it. So what I want to do now is, as always, ask that you please like, subscribe, and share. And again, this fan is great for anything. It's got so much power to it, you can use it on whatever, and it'll be fine. It doesn't seem to have 0 RPM protection like the Vardar does. At least I didn't see it on their website being mentioned. Yeah, it doesn't mention it on their website like the Vardar does. So that's kind of a disappointment as well. Oh well, can't have everything, I guess. Let's go ahead and take a look at the data. Okay, so the EK Furious Meltemi 120 doesn't have any. Interesting that the EK seems to be just about the only company that doesn't have lots of weird model numbers attached. I guess that's good. The one special thing about this is that it has a red cable to warn people to be careful. It's a black on black fan, $30 fan, also discontinued. So if you can find it and the price isn't crazy and you really need a powerful fan, definitely consider this one. Although you could get, there are other fans that are probably less expensive, although off the top of my head, I'm not sure which one, so I don't want to say. Certifications from CE, ROHS, and WE. WE is just like a recycling. What kind of recycling restrictions are on it? And this one, you cannot recycle. I'm sorry, cannot put in the garbage. You have to recycle it. Made in China, 120 by 38 millimeters, 50,000 hours, 2-year warranty, 230. Wait, stepping back a second. Compare that to the minimum of 150,000 hours and 6-year warranty of a Noctua. So that says something, but 235 grams versus the 200 grams of the Noctua, 7 versus 9 blades, standard mounting hole distance, 1,200 to 3,500 RPMs versus the 450 to 2,000 of the Noctua. And then 10% variance for both. Maximum airflow of 121 cubic feet per minute or 205 cubic meters per hour. 7.13 maximum static pressure or millimeters of water, 60.9 decibels max, 50 centimeter long fan cable, no daisy chaining, it has a sleeve, PWM connector, double ball bearing, 12 volts, 9.3 watts, and 0.775 amps. So you're going to only be using one of these with something really a lot less power consumptive, like the Noctua NFA 12 by 25, if you want to have two fans on the same header. And it has indicators for flow and rotation. It's a clockwise spinning fan. You get the 4 regular screws and rad screws, and that's all she wrote.
Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day. Please like, subscribe, and share.